Benard Shaw was a playwright, critic, and political activist from Ireland. He was an influential figure in the literary and intellectual life of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Shaw is best known for his plays, which are notable for their wit, their intellectual depth, and their social commentary. Some of his most famous works include Pygmalion, Saint Joan, and Major Barbara. Shaw was also a prominent member of the Fabian Society, a socialist organization that sought to promote social and political reform through education and debate. Benard Shaw was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1856. He was the third and youngest child of George Carr Shaw and Lucinda Elizabeth Shaw. Shaw's family was of Anglo-Irish descent, and his father was a successful grain merchant and a member of the Dublin City Council. Shaw received a classical education at Wesley College, Dublin, and later worked as a junior clerk in a land agency. In 1876, he moved to London to become a full-time writer. Shaw began his career as a journalist and music critic, and later became a theatre critic for the Saturday Review. He also contributed articles to various socialist publications and was a member of the Social Democratic Federation. In 1884, Shaw joined the Fabian Society, a group of intellectuals and social reformers who believed in the gradual evolution of socialism through education and political action. Shaw became a prominent member of the society and contributed many articles and pamphlets on socialist theory and reform. Shaw's first play, Widowers' Houses, was produced in 1892, and was followed by a series of successful plays, including Mrs. Warren's Profession, Arms and the Man, and Candida. Shaw's plays are known for their wit, their intellectual depth, and their social commentary. They often deal with controversial subjects such as prostitution, marriage, and class conflict, and are notable for their sharp and incisive dialogue. In addition to his work as a playwright, Shaw was also a prolific writer of essays, articles, and pamphlets on a wide range of subjects, including politics, economics, and literature. He was a vocal critic of capitalism and imperialism, and was a strong advocate for social and political reform. Shaw was also a prominent pacifist and a supporter of the women's suffrage movement. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925 for his contributions to literature.
The only man who behaves sensibly is my tailor. He takes my measurements anew every time he sees me, while all the rest go on with their old measurements and expect me to fit them. The only way to avoid being miserable is not to have enough leisure to wonder whether you are happy or not. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and, if they can't find them, make them. The only real progress lies in learning to be wrong all alone. The secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. The test of a man or woman's breeding is how they behave in a quarrel. A perpetual holiday is a good working definition of hell. There are two tragedies in life. One is not to get your heart's desire. The other is to get it. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and about all time. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore all progress depends on the unreasonable man. The more things a man is ashamed of, the more respectable he is. Beware of the man who works hard to learn something, learns it, and finds himself no wiser than before. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place.